Hey, welcome everybody to Mlb Dfs Pre-Lock Live. Tuesday night, I'm a little bit screwed up as we didn't have a show last night, but it's Tuesday night and we got ourselves a big slate tonight. 15 games, a lot of weather issues. So we're going to get right into it as soon as we can. First of all, yourfielderschoice.com, $35 a month for 6 months. That's everything included, especially all the small sports we cover, and we cover it all. If DK and FanDuel cover it, we will be covering also. So this sports is our specialty, and MLB though still our flagship. A lot going on tonight. NBA 2 games, 7:30. WNBA, there's a 2-gamer tonight. Walt just put out his article for that, so check that out. Walt Waddell. We got NHL is starting 25 minutes, 6:30 for 2 games. Soccer all day showdowns. I know, especially tomorrow. Check out Adam, love all his stuff, B12, especially his price pick stuff, and esports with Eric. So we have plenty of stuff going on. Our winning lineup room is crushing. So, but we're here for baseball. So let's hit it off. And we got weather tonight. So I don't see anything that's a big postponement, but it looks like the Atlanta Philly game. Rain in Philly now, should be a late start, but could be drying out. So they expect to play. Dodgers in Pittsburgh. Update, storms upstream could cause a delay, but they still should play it. Seattle, Detroit, a little bit better than earlier, but it could be a very long late start and potential postponement there. Houston at Boston, late start also. They may actually postpone that. And the last one's Milwaukee, Cincinnati. It looks like the heaviest may be clearing by first pitch, but there's another batch coming in, so pay attention to that. So there's a lot of weather going on. The main thing, though, is I don't think it's going to affect the pitching that we want to talk about. It may affect some bats, but the main thing is the pitching. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Pay attention to our Discord before lock and after lock to make sure no games have been canceled or delayed, anything like that. So let's hit it off with pitching. Right now, our cheat sheet has been updated. It was updated about 10 minutes ago. Devin did that. And right now, our projections, we have 3 pitchers over 20%. Shane Bieber, Tyler Glasnow, and Carlos Rodon. So me personally, for cash, I'd like to get both of the big arms, Bieber and Glasnow, in my main lineup if possible. If only one, it's going to be Bieber. I think he matches up really well tonight. He hasn't been as dominant as he was probably at the start of the season, but he's still pitching well. 26.7 K to walk percentage, 34.4 CSW, which is really good. Plus, he's pitching in the NL tonight against the Cardinals offense that really can't hit righties. 293 Woba, which is 24th in the league. So he's actually in really, I mean, for a really good start. I mean, he's big favorite, 161 and on the road. So Bieber's my main arm. If I can afford Glasnow, I'm going to go Glasnow also. He's also a big favorite. They're at home in Tampa, which is a pitcher's park, hosting the Nationals. I mean, he's been just as sharp, 27.2 K to walk, 33.4 CSW. Nationals, below average offense against righties, 299 team Woba, 18th in the league. So right now, I'm going to be rolling Glasnow and Bieber if I can. If not, I'm probably going to drop down to like a Pablo Lopez for Miami. I don't think I'm going to go any further than that. I mean, he's at 8.7, and I really like Lopez. I mean, especially at home. I just saw a stat where he's yet to give up more than 2 earned runs in any home start. Gets an elite matchup against the Rockies, who are a bad road team. Probably the worst offense in MLB on the road, and he's a 178 favorite. So right now I'm looking at Glasnow, Bieber. If I can't get the 2 big arms, I'm going to try to go Bieber, then probably Pablo Lopez. A couple other arms people are looking at are, I know Matt Boyd, but that game's a little bit scaring me because of the weather. But he's probably the lowest I would go down. He's going up against a Mariners lineup, which is terrible. We know Boyd can have a really good game. He's got a big time K ability, but he can blow up. But I don't think we got to go that far. I'd rather deal with Bieber, Glasnow, and Pablo Lopez. That's, I mean, there's so many pitchers tonight. It's a 15-game slate. I mean, if you guys have any questions, throw them out there. I'm not really on Rodon for cash. I mean, he's pitching well, but he's pitching against the Blue Jays. I really don't want to mess with that. Aaron Nola, I mean, not bad, but it's not a great matchup against the Braves. Also for FanDuel, probably would run. FanDuel's tough also. I mean, because Glasnow and Bieber are the same. I just think it's almost a coin flip. I probably would go Bieber on FanDuel also. It's only $500 difference. So that's what I got for pitching tonight. I said, there's so many arms. If you have any questions, throw them out there and I'll try to answer them. But if not, with all the weather, let's try to go around the bases. Let's try to get through this and we'll have some time for a while. All right, so looking at our projections right now for catching. Nobody's like running away with it. JT Realmuto is looking at 13% ownership as the top catcher of the night, which I don't mind. Solid matchup against Smiley, which he can crush. I kind of like James McCann for the Mets. McCann's actually hitting much, much better. Where is McCann? Where's McCann batting tonight? McCann's batting third, which is a good spot. Especially over the last month, he gets a really good matchup against Bruce Zimmerman and Camden Yards, which is a hitter's part. So if anything, I'd probably actually move to James McCann at 5-1 if I had the money. I don't think this is a pay up tonight. We got a couple guys you can pay down to. Martin Maldonado is not a bad punt play. He's 8 for 14 BBP against Martin Perez. Just got to pay attention to that weather. Max Stassi had a really good game the other night. I actually played him when he batted 5th for the Angels. I don't see their lineup out yet. So, but if Stassi's in the lineup, I don't mind using Stassi at all. Let me see if the Angels came out yet. Nope, A's just came out and that's it. Okay, so I don't mind Stassi there. A couple other plays. Thomas Nido for the Mets, 3-1. Is Nido in the lineup? Nido has actually been hitting really well, especially against lefties. Zimmerman's lefties, so you can use Nido at 3-1. And also, you want to look at Zunino, who's batting 7th. He's been crushing lefties all year. He's got Lester. It's 467 ISO, 465 WOBA. That's our huge numbers. And then one other guy is Eric Haase for Detroit, who's actually been crushing the ball. And he's got 370 ISO, 408 WOBA. His 3 homers his last 3 games. So I'd probably drop down to catcher tonight, looking at Haase and Maldonado, or like a Zunino, Max Stassi. Pretty much all coin flips. Catcher, I mean, once again, there's a lot of, with the big arms you're paying for tonight, you don't want to pay up for catcher. All right, so first base. Looking at our projections right now, Rice Hoskins is leading them. It's only 11%, so nobody's really running away with it. I really like Pete Alonso tonight. I think he's in a great spot against Zimmerman, who's been getting trashed by right-handed batters. Alonso's probably one of the top plays of the slate. If you have the money, definitely go there. You got Yuli Gurriel in Boston. Just worry about that rain. Gurriel's batting 5th tonight. I mean, he's hits in 4 straight, multiple hits in 3 of his last 4. I mean, the Stros definitely, they feast on lefties. Martin Perez is a lefty. So if we hear, better weather reports, you can play Gurriel. Hoskins is probably the best point per dollar play. Basin Smiley, 288 ISO, 439 WOBA against Southpaws. Plus Smiley's giving 241 ISO to right-handed bats. So Hoskins is probably your smart play. 2 more plays I kind of like. You can go all the way down to Moreland. Actually, Oakland's lineup is out. Moreland is batting cleanup. So Moreland actually may end up being my top play at first. Only 2.7. We all know he gets paid to smash righties, and he's in a match today against this John Duplantis, who's not a good pitcher, who's a righty. So Moreland's going to catch some ownership by next time the projections come out before lock. I like Moreland a lot. If you don't like Moreland, you go to Ryan Mountcastle, who's just crushing the ball. Look at his logs. He's got 3 of his last 4 games, double-digit fantasy points, hitting 300, 6 homers, 20 home ribbies in his last 30 days. Another big match for the lefty. So Mountcastle's in play, also in the outfield. But man, I like Moreland today at 2.7, especially if you can want to pay up for the pitchers. I may just end up going there today at first base. If not, pay up for Alonso, go the middle with Hoskins. Any questions, anybody you guys watching that first base? No questions? If you have any, just throw them in the YouTube chat, and they'll be happy to answer them. All right, so let's go to catcher. Second base. Second base, looking at our projections, is probably going to be Altuve, and it is. It's close. This is on DK, Altuve, and Segura and Christian Arroyo are all around 12%. On FanDuel, it's Altuve at 18% projected. The play probably is going to be Christian Arroyo, because he's leading off tonight for Boston at minimum price 2K. He's actually been hitting good. He's got a hit in 6 straight. He's probably going to be the popular cash play, but Altuve's there. I also like Whit Merrifield. He's always up top play due to his power speed combo. He's on a 8-game hitting streak, where he's hitting 382 in that streak, 5 extra base hits, a couple steals. He's always a safe cash play. He's going up against Haney. So probably on DK, you lean Arroyo. FanDuel, Jonathan Villar is only 2.8. So FanDuel, you can maybe drop down to Villar too. But I'm assuming Altuve's a play, unless you want to worry about the rain. But then Arroyo's in the same game. So who else are we going to look at? So probably we got Roj Adore today for the Yankees. He's batting 7th against Michael Pineda, which he can hit Pineda. Jonathan India, but that's a rain game also. But India should be leading off tonight, right, for the Reds. He's been actually hitting really well. Yep, he's leading off against Hauser. Good spot. He's a big-time prospect. He's finally coming alive. 8 hits in his last 5 games. 4 of them double-digit fantasy points. So this is a tough one with the weather. So I said, if there's no weather, I'm looking at Altuve or Witt. If there's weather, it's a tough one. Maybe, man, I'm not even sure we're going to go to without with if we have rain. Maybe here we go. Maybe Jazz Chisholm. He's finally back at the top of the lineup. Yeah, he's got a good matchup against Senzatella. So I guess Jazz would be our play if you're worried about that rain. If you're worried about Arroyo and Altuve. So there you go. Jazz would probably be my top cash play. Another name I didn't mention at first base. Also, I forgot Brandon Belt's back tonight. He's going against Jordan Lyles' gas can. So don't sleep on Brandon Belt. Okay, so let's move to third base. Oh, did Don Days and Bruce Show? Yeah, actually second base. I actually have him in my top plays at third base. I forgot he's also second base eligible. He's batting 5th. He gets the platoon advantage against Lester. Yeah, good spot for Mike Bruce at only 3-2. G says like Jazz. Yeah, I kind of forgot about Jazz. They're playing in a good weather stadium in Miami, so Jazz are probably going to be in a play. Don't worry about weather. All right, kind of moving along quickly here, but third base. Our projections say right now Bregman, but they're low. They're only 10%. Machado's there in a good spot. Anthony Rendon, who I like. FanDuel, it's all about Bregman, 26%, because his price is only $3,100 on FanDuel. So if you're playing DK, Bregman's probably to play if we know we're going to play that game. If not, I would probably switch right to Anthony Rendon at 4-4. He's, going against Bubik. He started to heat up. He's got 4 hits over his last 2 games at only 4-4. You got J-Ram going against C-Mart. That's J-Ram's on a 5-game hit streak. C-Mart's last game, he only lasted 0.2 innings. That was against the Dodgers. He got 10 runs. So I guess J-Mart's in play. But I really like Anthony Rendon. Rendon might be my favorite. He's my favorite tonight. A couple other plays, Isaac Paredes. He's finally up to the big club. He's in a good spot. Suarez for the Reds. I don't like playing Suarez, but I guess he's in play. So if you're not worried about rain, Bregman, if you are, Anthony Rendon's play. Especially now he's starting to hit, and if he's playing, especially if you're going against the lefty, just keep riding him. Yep, Don Day says Machado, GBP, definitely. He's probably my top GBP play there. He's always in play, especially if you want to do like a mini stack with Fernando Tatis Jr. We're going to pump it out at shortstop. All right, so shortstop, our projections. We have Correa is the top again. Everybody's in love with Houston tonight. If you don't want to go to Correa, my favorite play is probably Francisco Lindor. Finally starting to earn his money. He's hitting 333 over his last 10 games, 6'8" extra base hits, and 262 ISO. He's always hit lefties better in his career. Nice matchup against Zimmerman in a hitter's park, Camden Yards. If you have the money, of course, Tatis is always the play. If you can afford him, even in reverse splits against Davies, he's got elite numbers. 413 ISO, 450 WOBA, hitting 350, 9 homers, and 27 ribbies over his last 30 days. Patrick Wisdom's another play. Well, I saw Don Day said Wisdom. Yeah, Wisdom. I didn't hit Wisdom at third base. He went up to 4K. So still on play for GPPs. I mean, his price went up, but he's got 3 homers last 2 games. So didn't mean to go back to third, but he mentioned it. So Wisdom is definitely a GPP play at third. All right, shortstop. Brandon Crawford is also my other play. I like Crawford a lot. Big time matchup tonight against Jordan Lyles, who's a gas can. 282 ISO, 424 WOBA. He now has 12 homers on the season. Remember, that's playing half his game in San Francisco, which is a pitcher's park. Is a nice hitter's park today in Globe Life on the road. So Crawford's definitely in play. He's one of my top plays between either Crawford or Lindor tonight. Either of them, I think you can play cash if you don't want to worry about the rain with Correa. Both are definitely in play here. Timmy Anderson going against the lefties, always in play. Who else? And that's pretty much it for shortstop. It's a lot of games, but it's pretty condensed to most of the players, especially for cash. Yeah, Don Days at Crawford, shortstop in Texas, definitely. I like it. He's at a good bomb spot tonight, too. All right, we're moving along to this. We're going to make a record here for time, but we're in outfield. This is where you can maybe get different with people. Let me see. There's nobody jumping out projection wise. Like I said, there's so many games. The guys I like the Yankees. I like Judge and Stanton. We know Pineda gets hit by right-handed bats, and he throws a fastball, throws a slider, and that's what Stanton and Judge are looking for. Stanton is only 4-0. Judge is 4-9. Both these guys are in great plays. The problem is when they play Yankees, that's when they end up shitting the bed. Harper's in a good spot. He's way too cheap, even in the lefty-lefty matchup. Who else? We got Ohtani. Jesse Winker, if the game goes off in Cincinnati, Winker is like the top play. He's locked in. He's coming off that 3 home run game, crushes sinkers, and that's what Adrian Hauser's main pitches. He's got a BVP of 8 for 13 with 5 homers against Hauser. So obviously we see how Winker loves these sinker balls. And he's got 366 batting average, 293 ISO against Rays. So Winker's the play. I think the game is going to go off. If you have the money, you just go to Winker. I think he's in an excellent spot. Make sure he made the line. He's batting second after India. Andrew McCutchen may end up being actually one of my favorite plays in the outfield. He's on a 6-game hit streak quietly. We want to pick on Smiley tonight. McCutchen's got 301 batting average against Southpaws. McCutchen's probably one of my favorite spots tonight. Mark Hannon's in a good spot. Yarden Alvarez for the Astros, good spot. That's like the mid-price guys. If we drop a little bit, Manny Margot, great pump against Leicester tonight. He's got some power and speed. Who else we got down there? We got Kyle Tucker, of course, even if it's a lefty. I don't worry about that, especially the way Tucker's hitting. Justin Upton just keeps on crushing. He's got hits in 5 of his last 6, 3 bombs in that span. Also, he definitely played Upton. He should be leading off tonight. I don't think the Angels are out yet. Nope, Angels aren't out yet. The Twins just came out. So Garlick was leading off for the Twins. So that means I like Garlick tonight as a punt. He's only at 2.7. I mean, he's got 4 homers the last 10 games, so he's showing some power. You can play Ryan Mountcastle. We talked about first base. Look at his logs. He's just crushing the ball. Said 3 of his last 4 games, double-digit fantasy, 6 homers, 20 ribbies over his last 30 days. There's so many outfields you can use where you don't have to worry about cash tonight. I mean, ownership tonight. Anybody I'm missing here? Odubel Herrera. I like his spot tonight for the Phillies. He is batting second. But Lodebel Herrera is actually leading off tonight against Smiley, so he's in play. Of his last 10 games, 279 batting average, 512 slugging, 823 OPS. Good match. Good matchup against Smiley. So there's a lot of plays you like tonight. If you just look at if you want to look at the cheat sheet ownership, right now there's only 3 guys over 14%: Alvarez, Stanton, and Harper. So you can use pretty much anybody you want. We should be able to find enough value tonight where we can use the big pitchers and go from there. Anybody have any questions? I went through that pretty quick, but it's pretty condensed tonight, really. Stacks tonight. My favorite stack, actually, I wrote it up in my GPP article. I like the Giants going against Jordan Lyles. You got, is Posey, did Posey make the lineup now? Because we know Belt made the lineup. Yeah, from Lamont Wade, who I love as a value play, leading off, Dickerson, Posey, Belt, Crawford batting 5th, Flores, don't worry about him going against righty. I love the Giants tonight. I love the Reds tonight going up against Hauser and Great America Small Part. And I love the Astros as long as that game goes on. So they're my top stacks. Somebody just asked, quick cash recap. I mean, pretty much, yeah, I can go through it here. Catching is pretty much, you want to use a punt. One of these guys down there like Maldonado, Max Stassi, Eric Haase. First base, we like Alonso, but I may end up using Moreland, but he's only 2.7 bat cleanup. Hoskins, though, is the best point per dollar play. He's mid-price going up against Smiley. Second base, we got to worry about Rain because Arroyo would probably be popular because he's only 2K. So if we have to worry about Rain, I guess Jazz would be my top play. Third base, Anthony Rendon's my top play. Shortstop, either Lindor or Brandon Crawford. So we don't have to worry about the weather in the Boston-Houston game. And then the outfielder I just pretty much mentioned is a whole crap load of outfielders. Dickerson, definitely GPP. I love, like I said, Dickerson. We have Dickerson with bat second. I like Dickerson a lot, batting second. He's up to Porcado. Okay, so that's it for outfielders. Anybody have any questions? All right, so let's get the price picks. Price picks code YFC. We've been doing really well, actually, and I have a couple of my article today. I have Jose Abreu over 6 fantasy points. He's batting cleanup today against Robbie Ray. 6 fantasy points is pretty low. I think they're using the Ray projections. I have Trey Mancini over 7 fantasy points. I like that play. Mancini's bat second tonight against the lefty Peterson. I also like Justin Upton over 1.5 hits and walks. That's for price picks. All right, so I know I went pretty quick though because I said it's pretty condensed. They're all straight up plays. Our pitching is going to be the 2 elite guys, Bieber and Glasnow, or if you can't afford it, Bieber and Lopez is where I'm going to go. All right, if nobody has questions, we're going to roll this. It was a quick one. We'll be back tomorrow night for Wednesday night slate, 6 p.m. And pretty much that's it. You guys have any questions?